And good evening, sports fans. Welcome to another episode of Fox 54's Sports Extra. I'm Mo Carter. Gabe Glassman is out on assignment, but we will hear from him shortly. It's the final weekend of April, and man, oh man, what an action-packed weekend it was for the Fox 54 sports team. Let's show you what's on tap for this evening. Of course, the Jack Links 500 at the Talladega Super Speedway, the biggest sporting event happening across the area. We'll have highlights and a recap from today's action. New contracts for Alabama men's basketball and football. What do they look like? We'll talk about that in just a moment. Plus, the 2026 NFL Draft wrapping up on yesterday. We'll find out where your favorite players went. The Leaders and Legends Banquet announcing their keynote speaker, and he's quite familiar to Alabama Crimson Tide football fans. And we'll wrap things up with Best of the Week. I guarantee you it will tug at your heart. All right, we begin tonight down in Lincoln, Alabama, home of the Talladega Super Speedway. This year's edition of the Jack Links 500, bringing together all the high-speed action that you always enjoy to see. We got a chance to catch up with Ty Dillon before the green flag was waved. He started the race near the back, but he always loves racing at Dega.
I just love racing here. I've been coming here since I was a little kid, and probably my 15th time racing on the track in the Cup Series. I won here in the ARCA Series, so I have some great memories here. It's a lot of fun. It just feels like the heartbeat of America and NASCAR being at this racetrack. So we're going to let it rip today, have fun with our Grizzly Camaro, and see where it all stacks out.
All right, picture-perfect weather for the Talladega Super Speedway's Jack Links 500. 43rd lap, Chase Briscoe pulls up the pit road and knocks over a crew member. Watch out now. Briscoe was assessed a safety violation penalty for that venture. Tough situation on lap 115. Ross Chastain bumps Bubba Wallace Jr. from behind, and Wallace loses control, slamming into the wall. That causes a multi-car pileup. Take another look as the Alabama native loses control, and the chaos ensues. Hey, we're at Talladega, so guess what? That's your big one for the day, everyone. The red flag coming out. 26 cars were involved in the crash. Wallace finishing with his, or technically he wrapped up with another did not finish of the season, his second of the year. Eric Jones running in third. He's hit and loses control, spins out towards the field. The sixth caution flag of the day would come out. Let's take it now to the final lap, and it's Carson Hocevar breaking away from the pack and crosses the finish line. He secures his first NASCAR Cup Series win ever. Gabe Glassman down at Dega today. He's got more with the winner.
Here at the Talladega Super Speedway, the fans come in the masses, the race cars roar louder than ever, and at the end of it all, the confetti seems to just keep flying forever. And for Carson Hocevar, he is soaking in every moment of today. Now is a first-time NASCAR Cup Series winner.
Number 13, first-time winner, Carson Hocevar.
Moments are something Carson Hocevar will cherish for a lifetime. He's bringing his 77 car to victory lane, winning this year's edition of the Jack Links 500, and now a NASCAR Cup Series winner for the first time.
I kind of just got to celebrate from the time halfway through the tri-oval to, I don't even remember. I just felt so light all of a sudden, and yeah, just trying to wrap my head around it, and yeah, luckily I got that time, and luckily I've lost so many races that I've been just knowing that if I get that opportunity, I want to savor it and take it all in, and I remember every bit of it right now.
While crossing the finish line, capped off by an emphatic celebration, Hocevar said he had a feeling he would win today, and now he finally has win number one under his belt.
Tuesday, driving down the road, I felt like we were going to win here, and I haven't posted about it that we were going to win, and yeah, just unbelievable. You know, being a Dale Jr. fan, I've always dreamt about winning here, so it just means a lot. You know, the first one always means a lot, and it always comes with a story.
The NASCAR Cup Series will return to Talladega Super Speedway later this year, just in time for playoffs for the Yellowwood 500. From the Talladega Super Speedway, Gabe Glassman, Fox 54 Sports.
All right, thank you so much, Gabe. Now, last week, reports surfaced that the Houston Texans were preparing to offer up a massive deal to Will Anderson Jr. as his rookie contract was set to expire next year. Well, later on in the week, the deal was done, and man, it was a history maker. Anderson is now the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history thanks to a 3-year, $150 million deal. Last season, Anderson had 54 tackles, 12 sacks, 20 tackles for a loss, 23 QB hits, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries recoveries, including one that was a scoop and score for a touchdown, and all that happened during the regular season. Anderson says he is grateful.
I've been so overwhelmed with joy these last couple of days, nonstop tears, and it's been a blessing. And I think for me, I look back at it, I love what I do. And I tell people all the time, they know, it's like, oh, the money, this. It's really never, ever been about the money for me. It's all just been about walking in my purpose and doing what God has called me to do. And to be able to be here right now and be in this moment and enjoy this moment, it means everything to me. And I just think about my family, everything that we endured growing up, all the hard times, everything, to get to retire my parents early, to get to see my sisters thrive, my nieces and nephews, the rest of my family. I think that's the biggest blessing for me.
Will Anderson Jr. wasn't the only person affiliated with Crimson Tide that received some big money contract extensions this week. Tide men's basketball coach Nate Oates, he received a 6-year extension that will carry him through March of 2032. His new average salary will be just over $7 million. His new buyout number, if he leaves, has also changed. If he leaves at any point through March of 2027, he'll owe Alabama $15 million. After that, through March of 2028, it will jump up to $12 million. Also receiving a contract extension is Kalen DeBoer, the head coach of the Tide football team. He's got a new 7-year deal that'll run through January of 2033. His new salary is now $12.5 million a year. DeBoer led the Crimson Tide to an 11-4 record last season. Under him, they earned a spot in the SEC title game and advanced to the second round of the college football playoffs. Alabama Athletic Director Greg Burns shared more on his contract extension.
It's a 7-year extension with compensation at $12.5 million annually, and then buyouts $10 million through January 31st of 2027, $8 million through January 31st of 2028, and $6 million through January 31st, 2029.
All right, former Auburn quarterback Ashton Daniels will be a Week 1 starter in the ACC. This week, Florida State head coach Mike Norvell named Daniels his starting QB of the Seminoles. He started 3 games for Auburn last season. He sat out against Mercer to preserve his red shirt. He finished the 2025 season with nearly 800 passing yards and 3 passing touchdowns. He also completed 57% of his passes on the Plains. Let's take our first sports media timeout. Coming up next, the 2026 NFL Draft is in the books. We'll take a look back to find out where some of your favorite players landed next on Sports Extra. Babe?
When trouble trickles into your life, Alpha is there waiting those waters with you. Swift, sure, right when you need them. Because action is better than excuses. And handled is better than hoping. They'll cover the cleanup, so you can focus on what matters most. That's life with Alpha.
Look, a perfect sandwich symphony. Nothing could be better. Okay, it just got better.
Get that cold and fizzy feeling with a frozen Coke or Fanta. Any size for just $1.69.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This is Jack's Country, where folks love a comeback.
Guys, wings are back at Jack's.
Okay, Jack.
We are so back.
That's right. Jack's Classic Wings are back. Sink your teeth into 8 hand-breaded wings with your choice of honey barbecue, bold buffalo, or sweet and spicy. All served with fries and made from scratch ranch. So come on back to Jack's for classic wings, fries, and ranch any day of the week for just $8.99.
10 out of 10.
We're Jack's, and we're all about the South.
That's fire.
Katherine Robertson is endorsed by law enforcement leaders across Alabama.
For the past 10 years, I've worked with Katherine Robertson. She has the grit, the determination, and the track record to keep Alabama safe.
Katherine delivered the toughest anti-gang law in the country and ensured violent offenders don't get out early. As Attorney General, she will stand with Trump and back the blue.
Katherine Robertson will deport violent illegals and provide justice for victims. Katherine's tough on crime. She has what it takes to keep Alabama safe.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is the job for Sponsored Jobs. Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
Watch Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman with the FOX54 News Weather Impact Team.
And welcome back, everyone. The lives of over 200 football players were changed this weekend as they heard their names called at the NFL Draft. This year's event taking place in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. The Las Vegas Raiders, they had the first overall pick.
With the first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana.
No surprise here, Fernando Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy winner and the leader of Indiana's national championship team, heading to Sin City to play for the Raiders. Last season, he threw for over 3,500 yards and accounted for 48 touchdowns. The Tennessee Titans had the fourth overall pick, and they got Cam Ward some help on offense by selecting Cornell Tate from Ohio State. Last season, Tate had nearly 900 receiving yards and 9 receiving touchdowns, and he was the number 2 receiver for the Buckeyes. All right, the first Alabama player selected was Caden Proctor. The Miami Dolphins selecting a 6'7", 355-pound offensive lineman as the 12th overall pick. Proctor was an All-SEC standout who eventually took home consensus All-American honors with the Tide. He'll be in charge of protecting new Dolphins quarterback Malik Willis. He shared with us how things went down right before his name was called.
Got that call. My chest started, it started pumping a little bit. I said before, in the interviews before the draft, that I wasn't nervous or didn't have any butterflies in my stomach. But once that first, that call came, yeah, it just a rush of emotion, came over me.
The LA Rams were up next, and they used the 13th pick to select Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson. Last season, the Tide signal caller started all 15 games while leading them to an 11-4 record, which included trips to the SEC title game and the college football playoffs. He threw for more than 3,500 yards, 28 touchdowns, only had 5 interceptions while earning all SEC honors. Now Simpson is heading to a Rams team that's led by head coach Sean McVay and veteran quarterback Matthew Stafford. He's excited to learn from both of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, 2 of the greatest minds in, offense, especially with Coach McVay and the quarterback offensive standpoint. And then, Matthew is one of the greatest of all time. So I'm looking forward to it.
Before the end of night 1, the Tennessee Titans making another selection using the 31st pick to select Auburn's Keldrick Falk. Last season, Falk had 29 total tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 fumble recovery. During his time on the Plains, he made the All-SEC freshman team and earned third-team All-SEC honors last season. Now here's some of the notable picks from day 2. Cornerback Colton Hood, he went to the Giants. Former Auburn Tiger, now with John Harbaugh. Avion Terrell, he's going to the Falcons. Former Clemson Tiger, now gets a chance to play with his brother, AJ. Lee Hunter, he's going to Carolina. Of course, he started his career with Auburn. Vanderbilt tight end Eli Stowers, he's going to Philly. Former Auburn defensive edge rusher Kyron Crawford, he's going to Las Vegas. Off to day 3, where Auburn center Connor Lew was the first guy with state ties off the board. The Cincinnati Bengals selecting him at the 128th spot in the 4th round. He started 7 games last season before going down with an ACL injury. Now here's some more notable selections from day 3. Former Auburn guard Jeremiah Wright, he signed with the Hoodats, New Orleans Saints. Former Alabama edge rusher L.T. Overton, he's the first member of the Crimson Tide. He is going over to Dallas. From T-Town to Cleveland is where Parker Brailsford and Justin Jefferson will be teammates again. Former Auburn Tiger defensive tackle Bobby Jamison Travis will join the Giants. Tim Keenan, he's joining Ty Simpson on the West Coast with the Rams, and former Alabama running back Jam Miller heading to the New England Patriots. All right, basketball teams in the Southeastern Conference have been quickly building their rosters via the transfer portal, especially Alabama and Auburn. Let's begin with the Tigers. Stephen Pearl receiving a commit this week from Owen Freeman, the former Creighton Blue Jay and Iowa Hawkeye. He's got experience playing in both the Big Ten and the Big East. Over the course of his career, Freeman has averaged over 10 points and nearly 6 rebounds per contest. Former Troy Trojan Thomas Dowd announced that he's transferring to Auburn. Last season, he averaged a double-double, 14 points and 10 rebounds per game. He earned all Sun Belt honors and led the Trojans to the 2025 and 2026 Sun Belt Conference Championships. He was named the MVP of the 2026 men's tournament. He's got 1 year of eligibility remaining. Dowd will team up with a former conference rival at Auburn. This week, Stephen Pearl also signing South Alabama sharpshooter Adam Olson. Last season, Olson averaged nearly 17 points and 4 rebounds per game while shooting 39% from three-point range. He started all 32 games for South Alabama and scored in double figures 24 times. At 6'8", 225 pounds, he could play both the 3 and 4 spot for the Auburn Tigers. The additions of Freeman and Dowd and Olson are great news for Auburn because the Tigers did lose big man Sebastian Williams-Adams to Vanderbilt. Yes, he entered the portal after saying he wasn't going to get in the portal, and then he committed to Vanderbilt literally 24 hours later. As a freshman, the Auburn big man averaged 7 points and 3.5 rebounds while shooting 50% from the floor. Nate Oates and his staff, they've been working hard, especially in the portal. Recently, the Crimson Tide picking up a commitment from Boise State center Drew Fielder. The 6'11" center started 30 games last season for the Broncos while averaging 14 points and 5 rebounds. He also knocked down 40% of his shots from three-point range. Taylor Bowen is taking his talents to the West Coast. Recently, the now former Alabama wingman is going to Oregon. During his only season in T-Town, he averaged 6 points and 4 rebounds and 1 block per game while averaging about 19 points per contest. The 6'10", 202-pound forward spent 2 seasons at Florida State before transferring to Alabama. All right, let's take another break, everyone. When we come back, Alabama's first Heisman Trophy winner will be in Huntsville this summer for a very special event. We'll talk to Patrick Wynn about that special occasion next.
Life is a circle. It isn't always perfect, but it is powerful, moving through moments that test us and transform us. Within this circle, we see the first breakthrough that bends fear toward hope, the first moment that says the end is the beginning. At Emory Healthcare, we are driven by firsts, inspired by second chances, all to keep life's circle moving forward.
One more?
I'm Altima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We built this firm to be everywhere for everyone. We built this firm for you. Today, we have over 1,100 lawyers across all 50 states, a staff of 7,000, so there is someone there for you 24/7. When you're hurting, it shouldn't be a matter of where you live. You deserve someone to fight for you. When you need us, our firm will be there. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Appliances break down, home systems fail, which means I show up at everyone's door because I'm inevitable.
Unfortunately, something expensive is about to happen.
Is it the heat, plumbing, electrical, wiring, garage door, oven?
But we already have homeowners insurance.
Actually, home insurance is for the unexpected disasters. A home warranty is for the everyday wear and tear that will cause your home systems and appliances to fail. So give the people at First American a call.
First American has had my back for years. It saved me hundreds. Just one call, and they send a pre-screened, qualified contractor.
Every home system and appliance fails. There's absolutely no avoiding it. But when the day comes, First American has you covered. Home breakdowns are inevitable, but the expense, that's optional.
Call First American for a free quote that could save you thousands. Plans start at just $34 a month, and right now, save an additional $200 off. Call 800-247-9117 or visit FAHW.com.
Get Weather Impact 24/7, only on Fox 54 Plus.
One of the biggest events that connects the local community and sports is the annual Boys and Girls Club Leaders and Legends Banquet at the VVC. In the past, we've had Super Bowl winners like Drew Brees and Emmitt Smith, and Heisman Trophy winners like Bo Jackson and Cam Newton. Well, this year, another Heisman Trophy winner is making his way to the Rocket City, Mark Ingram. Patrick Wynn is looking forward to hearing the energetic message that the former Alabama standout will present this summer.
He was so excited when we reached out to his people. I mean, it was probably the shortest negotiation I've ever had. You know, we asked, and he's like, "When?" He said, "When?" And so it was one of the best negotiations we've ever had. Sometimes they've been a little difficult lining up calendars, but this was a good one. It was easy, and it was fun to talk to his people. And he was very excited about coming back to Alabama because he's down in South Florida now.
Once again, the folks at the Holly Auto Group are teaming up with the Boys and Girls Club to make this event a success. Matt Meyer explained how the growth of the event has strengthened their partnership with his auto group and the Boys and Girls Club of North Alabama.
It's grown every year. We've gotten closer and better and have worked awesome together. And, it's just like family now. We do everything together, and it's been a great partnership.
Now, Mark Ingram was the first Heisman Trophy winner at the University of Alabama, and he'll be the third Heisman Trophy winner to attend this event. Patrick Wynn hopes to keep this trend up.
We would love for that to be a trend. It's always good when the Heisman Trophy winner played in this state, and so that's always a plus. And so hopefully we can continue to produce Heisman Trophy winners in the state of Alabama. So absolutely.
The 2026 Leaders and Legends Banquet will take place on July the 9th. And for the record, everyone, the Leaders and Legends Banquet is by far one of my favorite sporting events, community events, whatever you want to say, throughout the entire year. Looking forward to it. All right, high school baseball programs across the state getting their first taste of playoff action this week. Over in North Madison County, we had a winner-take-all Game 3 between two local rivals. Hazel Green playing host to Athens. Trojans already up 4 in the first, make it 5. Jackson Crifton, opposite field base hit, drives in Colton Bentley, and the Trojans now lead by 5. Let's go to the top of the third now, and the Golden Eagles, they're going to claw their way back. Here's Whit Griffiths, base hit right up the middle. Eli Roberts comes in and scores, and his team is only down by 1. Same inning, Hudson Mark hits one in the deep right center field, and that ball is going to drop. Not 1 but 2 runs will score, and the Athens Golden Eagles have now flew out in front, and they lead 6-5. But here come the Trojans, bottom of the 5th. Bryce Zimmerman dropping one in the center field, and Hunter Hotberger will score, and he ties the ball game up at 6. Then in the same inning, we got a wild pitch, and Crippen slides home. He's safe. Trojans take a 7-6 lead. 2 outs, ground ball. The throw to first is in time for Hazel Green, and they advance to the next round. After the contest, we caught up with head coach Andrew Dennis.
We knew they were going to fight back, and we threw the first punch. They threw a couple in the second and the third, and then we just kept battling. Finally got a run to break through, and then Andrew Beaverson just put a stop to it on the back end of the bullpen. And the message was just keep playing the game, and we did for 7 innings today. We're just happy to get this one. We'll worry about the next one next week, and just excited to keep playing again. We got a really good group, and I'm excited we get to go one more week with them.
Man, where's the time going, everyone? The fact that we're literally in playoff baseball time just shows you how quickly time flies. Now, near the end of every spring semester, the Alabama A&M Athletic Department hosts its annual Best Awards, star-studded event that celebrates the student athletes on the Hill. The event taking place under the lights of the Alabama A&M Event Center early this week, and yours truly serving as the master of ceremonies. BEST stands for Bulldogs, Excellence in Sports and Teams. It was a packed house as every coach and student athlete from all 15 athletic programs were on hand. Now, here's a look at some of your top winners for the week. Now, remember, everybody's a winner, but here's just a few. The Betty Austin Award, which goes to the Women's Player of the Year, Kayla Walker of women's basketball. The Van Pettaway Award, Male Athlete of the Year, Trevante Abner of football. The Bulldog Cup for Team of the Year goes to women's bowling. Coach of the Year went to Willis Mbandi of men's tennis. And the Whalum Sims Team Academic Achievement Award goes to the women's cross-country team. Now, for a complete list of the winners, just head over to the sports page on our website, FOX54.com. Now, the Bulldog student athletes had a chance to hear from one of the NFL's best running backs of years past. Pro Football Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson was in Huntsville for the first time ever to deliver the keynote address. Dickerson was an All-American running back in the 1980s at SMU before being selected second by the LA Rams. He would make multiple Pro Bowl trips, and he was named the NFC Offensive Player of the Year 3 times. He explained to me why his message was so important to the student athletes to hear on that evening.
I think the main thing is you have to believe in yourself. You have to have a vision, and hard work is the most important thing. I mean, and I'm always big on treating people the way you want to be treated. I mean, that's what I was taught. I'm a so-called Hall of Fame, a superstar, but I don't look at life like that because football is just a game. Life is for real.
Indeed. All right, everyone, it's time for Best of the Week, and my selection will make you tug at your heart. Stay tuned. That'll be up next.
Hiya. Ashley.
How much to haul off a mattress?
Today, $89.
What if it's a king-size mattress?
That would be 89 king-size dollars.
Are those any different than regular dollars?
Nope.
That's a fantastic price.
It's a great deal. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Bill, you had your left knee replaced. Can you compare and contrast that to the stem cell therapy that we did in your right knee?
The stem cell process takes about 3 hours in your office, no lengthy rehab, no painful surgery, no painful rehab. And in about 3 days, you're back on your feet, you're doing your normal life, you're swimming, walking, bicycling, all these things I do on a regular basis. It's just like night and day.
And your reunion at West Point?
I had a reunion at West Point a couple of weeks ago. The hilliest place on the face of the earth. I walked all over the campus, up and down the hills. In the football stadium, stood out on the plane for the review of the cadets for 45 minutes, zero pain. My right knee is West Point tough.
And Regenesis strong.
You got it.
To learn more about our therapies, call us today or visit our website. Regenesis. Feel better, look better.
I'm Mo Carter, sports director at Fox 54. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. And at Fox 54, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move the Tennessee Valley.
Hi, Ashley.
How much to haul off a mattress?
Today, $89.
What if it's a king-size mattress?
That would be 89 king-size dollars.
Are those any different than regular dollars?
Nope.
That's a fantastic price.
It's a great deal. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Sports Extra is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
And welcome back to the show, everyone. It's time to wrap things up with our favorite segment. It is Best of the Week. So let's take you back to the NFL Draft. With the draft winding down, the hometown Pittsburgh Steelers were on the clock, and they selected a hometown hero, literally. Pittsburgh selected Eli Heidenreich of the U.S. Naval Academy. He was actually in the green room that day and got a chance to live out a moment he's always dreamed about, shaking hands with the commissioner and then hyping up the crowd that was going nuts. Now, because of the new military rules, Heidenreich can actually play pro ball first and then delay his military combat commitment missions. So talk about an outstanding moment for a guy from one of the military academy. He said he's ready to get to work. All right, everyone, that'll do it for another edition of Fox 54 Sports Extra for Gabe Glassman. I'm Mo Carter. Have yourself a great night, a great week. We'll see you next time on your favorite channel.